Okay, welcome everybody to codeediecast. This is the HDub50 podcast, and we just got through filming the next 3 videos, and this is going up on Saturday after those. So as you can see, I'm still packing the case because we just ended the recording and just went right into this. This is kind of what we intended this channel to be, just like not this channel, but this podcast was meant to be just like the stuff we talk about in between videos. It's not always about diecast. It's not always about cars. It's sometimes just random stuff. And I think
we grumble about all kinds of stupid stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't necessarily
we don't grumble.
consider
We just bring
grumbling.
to light.
Yeah. It's
We
just
don't grumble. We bring to light
conversation about stuff like we were talking about. I mean, we talk about eBay, sellers a lot, and we've had our fair share of really oddball eBay sellers. So
especially if they watched our early videos when I got my boxes that were all bent, broken, and busted. Then they saw what we went through, and I'm sure those are the days you had to edit a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're not the only ones that go through this. So my question is to people out there is like, when you guys are buying stuff on eBay and these sellers, they'll put up a number or best offer, and so you give a best offer. Like, who's going to give a best? If something costs like $12, you're not going to say, "Oh, how's $11.50?" You know what I mean? And why even waste your time of going? If it's $12, why even waste your time just going, "How's 11?" So usually people, they try to go anywhere between like $2 to a couple bucks off, not just $1 off, a couple bucks off. And so what's sad is when you put the bid in and they deny it and they come back with a counter offer and it's basically like just $1 off. It's like, what was the whole point of that? Why didn't you just post it with that number on anyway?
Yeah.
If that's like the maximum you're gonna take, you should have just posted with that. Or like the one we received, like the last one that we just did, we made an offer, and the dude never even responded.
Yeah.
And it expired, and it's kind of like, hey man, you're a seller. I'm responding to your post, and you don't even have the courtesy to
Acknowledge
respond. So in this day and age with cell phones and everybody's got one, you could at least responded no or decline or submit a counter or something.
Yeah.
But to not respond, that's pretty weak if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, it's like I think I'd mentioned earlier when we were talking before we started filming. What's probably happening is the seller didn't want to acknowledge it, so he's either mad we offered too low, or is afraid that by him declining the offer that we would get mad or sad, or that kind of I don't know. But I noticed that we're in a society now that people don't like to say no.
Yeah.
They'd rather just not acknowledge it. So I think that's what that was. That was it.
Yeah, but
He didn't want to just say anything.
Like if you're not even gonna budge, because I was only a couple bucks off, and if the lowest you're gonna go is you're gonna drop it $1, then why not just post it at $1 below as your max and leave it at that? Because when you say best offer, what that comes to mind is you have some play with the amount, and not just $1 off. You know what I mean? Because to me, if you're just gonna drop $1 off, just put it for that amount already. If that's the lowest you're gonna go.
Yeah.
But like I give the guys credit when you lay out a number. If it's too low, they counter.
Yeah.
And the number they counter with is not $1 lower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a different amount, and then I can respect that. And usually I'll be like, okay, I'll go with that. You know what I mean? Because it's still low than what they originally had, but it wasn't just $1 low. And so, that's the kind of guys I'm like, right, you're a professional, if you're somebody I'd like to deal with, I mean, not like, if it's $12, $11, or something stupid like $10.95.
Yeah.
Really, you need the 5 cents or what?
Yeah.
Let me just send you the 5 cents. I don't like you be homeless for the 5 cents.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just if I was to do something like that, if I didn't want to go below a certain amount and that's my maximum, I would just put that, because when you're putting best offer, you're just giving false hope and wasting somebody else's time if you're not gonna like bargain between a couple of dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like if it was $12, I sent in an offer of like $2. No, that's offensive.
Yeah.
No one's gonna be. If you're gonna do something stupid like that, then yeah, of course, it doesn't demand a response, or you're gonna make somebody upset. But as long as I think if you're reasonable, between a couple of bucks, I don't think it should be so offending. It's not like I'm gonna go after the gold Batmobile that costs like what we was watching the prices at $1,200, and offer the guy I give you like $150.
Yeah.
Now that would require a slap along with that bid. You know what I mean?
So I'll tell you what I've done, and I think I've showed you that when it comes to some eBay sellers, because I sold a lot of my diecast in the 2000s on eBay, and I'd like to be fair, at least, where I would sell it and include the shipping, and I would give or include the shipping at like priority mail, because I like using flat rates, the easiest to ship, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I would counter offer. Actually, I put most of my stuff up as an auction, and I always started them at 99 cents, and would just sell it wherever it ended. And if my stuff was good enough to get a higher dollar, then I would get the higher dollar. That means there was a demand for it. If it sold lower, then I just ate it. That's
you didn't put a reserve.
Yeah, no, I didn't do reserves.
Wow, that's gutsy, bro. Because you put up your custom stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of them were they're working work. Let's say work of arts. The work of arts. Like I only made one. I wanted them to take pictures of, to upload to my website, and that's it. Pretty much all I wanted it for. Because I couldn't keep them. There's no way I had room for, a lot of 1/24 scale, 1/18 scale cars.
Yeah.
But some of them, I
it is one of one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's still like whatever you made. That's it.
Yeah.
So.
And, I mean, I went as far as buying, 2 or 3 diecast to pull parts together so I could get, a replica of a real police car, not just, the nearest car they would slap decals on and then sell it that way. I've seen that on eBay, and that's why I wanted to do it the way that I did, was to get the good looking ones out and try and get those. They were customizers, but they were guys that were just chasing the dollar, and like they knew these sold well, so they did a lot of them, and it didn't turn out so nice looking. It
Okay, let me ask you this. So, and you don't have to say what you sold them for. I'm not asking for that. What I want to know is, so you did one-of-a-kind customs. Like you said, you only made one. So basically it's one of one. And you started it off at 99 cents. Weren't you taking a risk? Because, just so happened that day, like the guys that are watching it or whatever, they couldn't make it or whatever. And then, you got that one cheap ass that got them for 99 cents, right? But in all the ones you sold and the amount that you got, did it cover your
cost?
Your purchases?
No, it never did.
Did you lose?
No, it never did. It was mostly break even.
Okay, well at least you broke even, so that's actually not bad.
Yeah.
At least you didn't lose, so that's good. I mean, it would have been better if you made some profit off of your hard work, you know,
Yeah.
your creativity. But you know what? I mean, at least if you broke even, you didn't lose money, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, I did an order of cars, 24 cars once, just so that I could say that I did 24 cars for a work unit in New Jersey. And
You
all
did
I
that?
and I asked them if they could promise me not to sell it, that they would get it at the cost that I had.
Wait, what did you do again? Can you say that again?
I made a fleet of 24 cars once, just so
Wow.
that I can say I made a fleet of 24 cars for a work unit.
Was it like a company?
Um, I made police cars, so it was.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I'm not
Hopefully
gonna
they.
say the unit or the agency.
No. But that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, and you know what? I don't think that's not a bad request because it's like if you're not even gonna make a profit off of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're buying it from you. You know what I mean? The least they can do is not unless it was for a fundraiser. But if they're gonna like hand it off to like maybe like you know at like a dinner or something like that and give it off to like you know somebody retiring or somebody that's you know getting a medal or honoring somebody or something, that's cool. You know,
Yeah.
did they tell you what they were going to use it for?
Oh yeah, they were employees that they had a lot of pride in where they worked, and they wanted to have. They only. I mean, I only made it for the ones that wanted them. So the 24 wasn't the entire work unit. There was more in there, but only 24 of them wanted it. So I made the 24.
Dude, that's pretty awesome, bro.
Yeah, that was. It took a while. At the same time, I broke my finger at work, so it was pretty difficult adjusting to not having an index finger because it was in a cast, in a splint.
You really broke your finger making the models.
No, I said I broke it at work.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
was
broke
like,
it at work.
what the hell were you doing, bro?
Yeah, no, I broke it at work, and I needed to still make those, so I had to adjust using scissors and using putting on water slide decals that I custom made. All of those too. I had to waterproof them and cut them.
If you would have told me you used your feet, I would have tripped out.
Oh no, that's not possible.
I had to use my feet.
So yeah, but I ended up. I told him, yeah, I got injured. It was a workman's comp claim, and I told him I did get injured, but it might delay the delivery. Just it's going to take a little while because I got to work slower because I'm down my main finger.
Main finger.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't do it. Usually I do it with my feet, but you know I got to use my hands this time. So sorry, guys. Like, the guy just say he put it together with his feet. You should say that instead of saying one of a kind, handmade, custom.
Yeah,
see how much people read the description. One of a kind, feet made, custom.
So
it's just handmade. You never read the description. I put them together with my feet.
So that
I don't like them.
I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have sold well.
Well, you never know. The perfect guys might like it.
So
you did it with your feet. Yes. Okay.
So what we're gonna try and do with this podcast is we want to try and preview the openings that we're gonna do the next week. So you can see. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see it. So in the screen in front of you, you have 2 convention cars from the LA convention in October 2019 that that I received part of my subscription for the 2019 convention cars, but we never opened them. I don't understand how I didn't have that on the list to do. So we are going to open them, and
that's next week, right?
Next week, yeah. So this is the preview. What we're doing right now. So you have the Rambling Wrecker, which is, I think that's another Larry Wood design, and the yellow Skyline GTR R34. So that'll go.
I can barely see them, but I know you got to keep them that far to like get them both in the shot. So I got it.
But and I have a car culture set that we're gonna open. That this is called. This was the Wild Terrain set. So we're gonna open this up next week. Let's see if I can tilt it back so that we can get some light on them.
What's in the set? Is that all like 4x?
Yeah, they're all 4x. I'll turn the camera so you can see it. So you have the Ford Bronco, which is the return of the Ford Bronco. It hasn't been made in a premium in a while. And the Paramedic, what is that? Mercedes Unimog Paramedic. You have a 67 off-road Camaro. And you have the Land Rover Defender hardtop, the search and rescue one, and I think this one's kind of cool, Porsche 959. In what is this? Bilstein livery. So this is the stuff coming up next week. So tune in next week and see these opened. I got lucky with that set too, but we'll go over that when we open them next week.
Yep. So you guys know what's going on now. Now you guys know what to stop by and check out. So don't forget, hit up HDub50 and check out our second channel, which is Cody Diecast. And we got more stuff for you guys to see, and we got more stuff to preview. And we're gonna start doing our the other side that we wanted to do for a while, are customizing. It'll be small. It's not going to be like super crazy because we're not. So
yeah. But I think the next week's videos is going to include, or not next week's, but after next week we'll do the wheel swap on the pink Batmobile.
Yeah. By then we should have everybody's input, and then we can swap it out.
Yeah. So if you're watching this video and you haven't commented on that video or what wheels we should put on the pink Batmobile, head on over to that video and I'll link it in this video up here in the corner, and you can go to that video if you haven't already watched it, and drop a comment in there. Let us know which wheels we should end up putting on them.
So far, it's the red line ones, right?
Yeah, so far it looks like the red line ones. I hope I'm not wrong on that. But yeah, I think right now we're looking at the deep dish red line Real Riders.
I think I saw that we had one or two wanted the gold, and one or two wanted the chrome with the lettering on the tire.
Yep.
Might have been one. I'm not. I gotta go back. Gotta go back and double check. But at least a lot of guys like the idea. No one really said. Oh, one guy said, "Leave it alone," Steven.
Yeah. Yeah, Steven's an originalist. I guess you consider that an originalist, where you keep it the way it is. But yeah, we got quite a few comments on that too.
Yeah, and here at our channels, we bring in new words, and we're inventive with our words like originalist.
Yeah, and pack-ratism.
Yeah. And be on the lookout. It's going to end up in the Urban Dictionary. Watch.
Yep. Source is
HDub50.
HDub50.
Be in there too. Watch. Yeah. So Put your comments. Let us know what you think of the rims. What should we use? And we also have another one coming up that I don't know if he's willing to do it, but he probably will. And it's another pink car. I'm not going to say which one.
Yeah.
But, it's up to him what he wants to do with it. Like I said a long time ago in one of our earlier videos, what did I say? You were off your meds when you opened up that green one?
Yeah, the mail-in 71 Datsun.
So, and ever since then, you've opened, like, bigger stuff. So, you can tell, like, our videos from back in the day. So, we're going to look forward to the Batmobile, the 6.6 pink, and see what rims. And I know it's just going to, no matter what real riders we put on there, I think it's going to look cool. It's going to look way better than the ones on it right now.
Yeah.
And for the upcoming one that we're going to do, and we're not going to say what it is now, we're going to let you guys stew and squeeze on that. We're going to do another one. It's going to be up to John if he wants to switch out the rims, which I think he probably might. So it's going to be interesting. Just keep in touch, guys. Keep it locked, keep it loaded. And you know what? We'll have new stuff for you guys. It's Cody Diecast.